Hey guys, hey people, how are we doing? Nice to have you back on this channel. So in today's class, we'll be teaching us how to make this beautiful turban with loop and trimming. Okay, it's called a multiple pleat and loop turban. Kindly subscribe if you're not. All right. Okay, so let me welcome you officially to this channel once again. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome. For the first timers, I encourage you to kindly subscribe to our channel so you'll be the first to get the notification each time we drop a new video. Okay, so these are the materials we'll be using for this class. This is wording. I'm sure a lot of us are familiar with it, and that's the fabric we are using. It's actually a lycra fabric. We have our scissors, we have our tape roll, we have a matching thread. I have my pins and my needle. Okay, I also have my stones for embellishments. And then I have this trimming. Okay, you can actually use any kind of trimming. At the end of the day, I eventually didn't get to use this very trimming. I used something else I thought was more appropriate. Okay, so I just put all of this aside, and then we go straight into the project. I pick up my fabrics already cut out, but of course I'm going to give you the measurements. I have this first piece with me. It's actually the biggest of them all, and then it is measuring. This is actually meant for the plate. If you saw on the thumbnail, the frontal part of the turban has a lot of plate. So this piece here with me is meant for the plate, and then it is measuring on fold. Right now it is on fold 12 inches. The 12 inches is the head circumference part, and then we have the width as 23 inches. Please, this 24 inches, which is the head circumference part, is not cast in stone, is not a given. You can use your own head circumference. Okay, if yours is 22, 23, please do use it. Okay, and don't forget to add 1 inch to it for allowance. So I pick up this other piece. This other piece is actually for the body of the turban, and then it is measuring also 12 inches, the same circumference as the first one, because these parts are the head circumference parts, and the width, which is the body of the turban, is also measuring 11 inches. Excuse me. And then I have it in two places. I cut out two pieces. One is for the turban and the other piece is to line it. Okay, we're actually lining it. And then I also have my wording. So the wording is the reason why we have those pieces in two places, because when we gum our wording to one, we use the other one to line it to cover up the wording. And this is measuring 23 inches. Remember, the head circumference for the fabric for the turban is 24 inches. So I have to shorten it by 1 inches. And then the width is 10 inches. If you also remember, the body of the turban is 11 inches, the width. So I reduce the wording by 1 inch, both on the circumference area, the head circumference area, and the width of the turban. So I go ahead to pick up the first piece, which is meant for the pleats, right? Please, if you are confused about what we just explained, go over this video again, okay, for clarity. Just backward it and listen to it properly. So I pick up this piece that is meant for the plates. We are going to form our plate with this. So I fold it inwardly, as you can see me do right now. Is a different way of forming a band if you don't want to cut your band separately and attaching it back to the body of the turban. I had to come up with this. Don't forget, I've often said on this channel that I am a tailor. I'm a fashion designer, so I have different way of doing these things. Okay, so I folded it inwardly instead of, the other way around. And then you can use 1.5, 2 inches to make this fold, depending on how big you want your band to be. And then I use 1/4 inch to fold this area that I'm showing you right now for a knitted job. But if you don't also want to fold it this way like I'm showing you right now, you can choose to leave it. Okay, because the next pleat which we are going to form, we cover it up. But for a knitted job, I advise that you fold it in to hide all the rough edges. Hope you understand. Okay, so at this point, if you've watched this video up to this point and you've not subscribed, I kindly beg and encourage you to please do. It's just your only two-way of encouraging us and appreciating what we are doing. That's all we require of you. Kindly tap on the bell in front of you for subscription. I mean the subscription button, and then click on the bell. The bell will actually keep you notified whenever a video is dropped. I beg you, please. I'm sure you want this channel to grow. I also want the same. And this channel can only grow with you subscribing. Please subscribe. So I just fold those areas in and then held it down with my pin to keep it in place for me before I will take it to the sewing machine to sew. So after holding it down with your pin, you run a straight stitch or you sew on it, okay? The reason why I have to hold it down with my pin is because the fabric is very slicky. It's lycra, okay? So you really have to hold it down with your pin, otherwise you may not get what's the exact thing or the exact measurement when you are done sewing, because the fabric will be shifting. So you go ahead to form your pleats this way, like you can see me do right now. After forming, you sew. You pick the next pleats, arrange it properly, and then you sew. Always making sure that the next pleat covers the preceding pleats, okay? You keep picking your pleat and sewing till you exhaust your fabric. So I'm done sewing mine, and then, as you can see, also give it a very good pressing and ironing. As you can see, this is the pleated parts of the project. So I just keep the pleats aside and then pick up my wording, pick up the fabric for the body of the turban, the one that is 24 by 11 inches, okay? And then I place my wording. The area I'm showing you right now is the shining parts of the wording, and that is the area where you have your gum, okay? So I place it on the fabric, leaving those areas I'm showing you, I didn't allow the wording to get to those areas. The more reason why the wording is 1 inch shorter than your main fabric. The reason is because when you are going to sew is not hard. So I take it to my stoning machine and transfer heat on it to glue the wording to my fabric, and here we are. If you have your iron, you can also do the same, okay? But my stoning machine makes it easier for me. So I'm done gluing and I turn it to the other side. I pick up my pleated parts, place it on the body of the turban like you can see me do right now. Okay, make sure that the pleated part, the right side of your pleats faces the right side of the body of your turban. Okay, so I also pick up the lining parts and place it on the pleated part. So in all, we have all three fabrics together: the body of the turban, the pleats, and then the lining. Please take a very good look and make sure you understand this part in case you want to do yours. Okay, so I just use my pin to hold it down in place for me so I can sew all three together at the same time. So I add SS's when I ironed the fabric because it's a very stretchy fabric. It gave me a bit of SS's, and then I'm going to trim it off right now. So after pinning, you take it to your sewing machine and then you sew on the area where I'm showing you right now. And then you open it like you can see me do. Okay. Arrange it properly. And then also sew on the area I'm going to show you right now. Just sew that way. So I'm done sewing. I'm going to trim off every form of SS's I'm having. This project is actually in 3 parts. You have the pleat, you have the body of the turban, and then you have the loops. So after this, we are going to go straight to making the loops. So I'm trimming out every form of SS's. And then I fold into 2 equal halves to give us a turban. I'm going to sew to get a regular turban shape. Okay, I'm sure a lot of us are familiar with this process. I just want to make the video very explicit. That's why I'm showing all of these processes, okay? So after sewing, I'll measure 2 inches at the back of the turban before I start running a straight stitch or a loose stitch to form the gathers we usually have at the back of our turban. Okay, you start running your loose stitch from the 2 inches, from the end of the 2 inches. Hope you understand. So that part is very hard because the wording extended to that part. The more reason why I advise that you should reduce your wording. Don't make it the same size with the body of the turban. So I'm just going to run my loose stitch, pull and form my gathers. Our turban is ready. This point now we are going to go straight to making the loops. The loops are those design you have in front of the turban. Okay, so you pick a piece of your fabric and then you fold it this way, either triangularly or to form a cone. This is how you fold to form a cone. Okay, so I fold. We're actually going to have 3 sizes of this cone. We have the size 7, we have the size 6, and then we have the size 5, and then we are going to have them in twos, two size 7, two size 6, and two size 5. Just follow the steps and procedures. It is very explicit. Okay, so this is the size 7. You saw how I folded it and how I'm measuring to get the sizes. Have you subscribed yet? Please do. Don't forget to subscribe, or kindly do. Share this video, give it a thumbs up, drop your comments, give it a like. Okay, so I just cut out the cone and then I cut it in 2 places. Right, I sew it that way and then I turn it inside out. So I have all my cones in place. All together will be 6, 2 size 7, 2 size 6, and 2 size 5. Right? So I pick my turban, I wear it on the head of my mannequin, and then I'm going to show you how to arrange the loop. I start with the size 7, then the size 6, and then the size 5. This is how to arrange it. Nothing more, okay? And please don't forget to share this video if you found value. If you are watching this video and you are not subscribed, you are not being fair to us. Please kindly subscribe. Please, I beg you. Drop your comments if you have any concern, any area you do not understand, or if you have any suggestion or on what you think we can do better. We are open to having your suggestion. So I just arrange it this way. After arranging, you can actually use your wool gum to glue it down if you don't know how to tack neatly. Okay, I actually use my wool gum to glue this cone down to the body of the turban. So when I was done arranging and gluing, I arranged my stone on it. Okay. I pick up my trimming and I arrange it at the end of the cone. Okay. This way I glue it down. If it's stone you want to use, you also arrange your stone and glue it down. This way, trimming off the excesses on that part you are seeing, and then you are done with this project. And this is the final look of the project. As you can see, I use my stone and another trimming. Thank you for staying to the end of this video. We love and appreciate you. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Do not forget to like. Do not forget to drop your comments, and do not forget to share. Kindly click on the subscription button and then the bell to get notified each time we drop a new video. Okay, and then we will see you in our next video. Stay tuned. Thank you.